we're looking at Boris Johnson's plane landing back at Gatwick Airport. He was obviously in the Dominican Republic. He's returning this morning, just about to touch down. Hang on a second, they are just about to touch down at Gatwick. Shall we wait for that? Here we go. Boris Johnson coming back, we assume, to run in the leadership race. Oh, there we go, a smooth landing. So he's back. You don't think that Boris Johnson is the one to unite the Tory party?
I think when you see what people are saying out there and what big political figures and commentators are making the point about it, which is that it would be wrong for him to come back. There is still the Outstanding Privileges Committee. There are a whole host of issues as to why Boris can come back. We are trying to get, if those who are supporting him are expecting a different result, they're not going to get it. And I think we've got to be absolutely clear right now. The scale of the global economic crisis that is being faced by so many countries around the world needs people who have got the grasp economically to deal with the situation, to be able to ensure that we can get through this tough period. And to me, it's absolutely clear that Rishi Sunak is the only candidate available to be able to do this and to get us through and to unite the party, as you asked earlier.
OK, well, we shall see tomorrow. Anthony, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
OK, well, as I was saying there, Boris Johnson has now landed on that BA flight back from the Dominican Republic, just touched down at Gatwick Airport. Let's bring in Ali Fortescue. Ali, he's back in the country, but do we think he will be back in politics?
I mean, I think a few days ago this seemed quite far-fetched, but, you know, there's his plane, he's back in the country. Allies close to him have told us that he is up for it, he wants another go at the top job. I think the big question, well, there's two questions. One, will he meet the threshold of 100 MPs? And that is no guarantee whatsoever. I think, you know, people think he will get to 60, but beyond that will be more challenging. But if there is momentum behind him, could we see some people rowing in behind the former Prime Minister? If that looks like that's the way the wind is blowing, could he just get over 100 MPs? What is clear is that Rishi Sunak is at the moment the firm favourite with MPs. It looks like he has made it onto the ballot. His campaign saying that he has more than 100 votes. Of course, Rishi Sunak and Boris Johnson, I think it's fair to say there's no love lost between these two. Rishi Sunak is seen by many as a person that took down Boris Johnson when he resigned in office, triggering, of course, Sajid Javid also resigned, triggering a wave of resignations that eventually toppled Boris Johnson's government. There has been some talk in some of the papers that we could see a Johnson-Sunak alliance, the two men coming together, former rivals, to bring the party together. But I've had a few conversations with people close to both of those men, and from the conversations I've had, you cannot see either of them serving in the other one's cabinet. As I say, you know, I haven't spoken to everyone. We don't know what is going to happen. Politics has been incredibly unpredictable, but it is, I think, hard for many to see these two men working together. Let's not forget Penny Mordaunt. Her name has also been in the mix. She is got, I think, 19 people backing her at the moment, but there are some who worry that she does not have the momentum behind her at the moment and she might not make it onto that final ballot. So will this be, I think, either a coronation for Rishi Sunak on Monday, who is the favourite at the moment, the firm favourite among MPs, or will Boris Johnson or Penny Mordaunt make it onto that final ballot?